Yo, late upload today. Didn't have the greatest of days. Just I'll tell you that. Hit some nice spots though. Hit nice spots, but it was an L day for me yesterday. Okay. Um, it's important, man, that you guys start today and end it with the injury report. So, I definitely want to see you guys eat. So that's most important. That's really important, man. Make sure you be stalking. I know it's gonna be hard, you know what I'm saying, with your girl and stuff like that, stay looking at your phone and shit like that, So that's why, and that's another reason why we got other books. I mean, we got other sites like PrizePicks where you can set it to forget it, you know. PrizePicks, they sponsor my channel. Um, Pascal Siakam, you see, today is Taco Tuesday, on top of Valentine's Day, so it's a lot. All right, so speaking of that taco right here, I'm probably gonna end up taking that, and I'll get to reasons why. But yeah, so no matter if you're on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, whatever the case may be, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Um, if it's a good way to support my channel. If you like what I do up there, you see my promo code is up there, Denzo59. You can sign up with Prize Picks, and I do have a channel membership. It's only $2.99 if you want to support the channel, help keep the lights on here. All right. Either way it goes, Boston Celtics at Milwaukee Bucks here. Um, got a lot of injury news. Tatum's doubtful. It's a lot of injury news, man. So, I know you guys know that by now. So, it's a few spots that I was looking at here on Prize Picks and FanDuel. I mean, well, the books, period. But I do want to see who's in and out. It's a lot of questionable tags. So, Drew Holiday, man, I like the spot for Drew Holiday here. Uh, I was looking at this pair of combos. His rebounds and assists sitting at 11 and a half. He's hit this number or be flirting with this number, very, very frequently. 11, 14, 12, 7, 12, 13. I mean, 16, 13, 18, so he's been really, really flirting with this number. I couldn't talk you off of that. I couldn't talk you off his fantasy score. It's sitting at 37 and a half. He's been right around that number the last three games. So he's hit this number the last three games. Yeah, I couldn't talk you off of that. ABC, don't know what you'll see from him, but this is fairly low. I would say 56 and a half. Fancy score looks like it's doable to me. But on the other side, I haven't been looking at anything else. PRAs, you could probably look at some PRAs for somebody like Drew Holiday as well. He's hit this number in one, two, three, three straight games. All right. So, you know, uh, couldn't talk you off of that. All right. Everything else is self-explanatory. You don't need me to talk about Derek White or anything like that. He's pretty chalky as of right now. I don't know if I'll be getting there to tell you the truth, but it's pretty, pretty, pretty chalky play. All right. As far as same game parlays or something for this game here, I do lean towards Milwaukee. I don't want to, do a lot too much. I might have to try to get something, incorporate the money line, or maybe tease the money line down a little bit. Probably add in a few assists, a few points for somebody like Drew Holiday. I know I was looking at this 15 points. He's probably hit that number. I think 13 or 15 13 or 15 games. So I like the matchup for him. I couldn't talk you off of that. Maybe a money line or something like that, or maybe tease the money line down to tease that spread to a minus 2.5, 3.5, or something like that. Or just, put anything else in there with it. Probably go to an assist prop, what, 4 or 5 assists. I'm just still trying to figure it out right now. I mean, that's about his 119 right there. You know what I'm saying? So I'll have to figure it out which way I want to go, but I'll figure something out. Okay. Next game on the docket here, we're going to talk about is the Orlando Magic at Toronto Raptors. Here we got 221.5 over under in the spot. Orlando Magic's, Toronto Raptors favored by 7. Orlando, they've won 3 of the last 7 games in these matchups here. Let's see. Yeah, they won back to back game, back to back. Yep, back to back, and say dating back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 out of, yeah. So Orlando's won 2 in a row and 3 out of the last 7 here. Okay, I mean, three out of the last 5. All right. Um, this total, man, this total looks interesting. Let me see, 1, 2. Let me see, what's the total to this game? So I think they hit this number once or twice in these last 5 games. Let's see. Mm, once. Yeah. So, and the way these two teams been playing, it's kind of been leaning towards the under. But here's my theory, my thing here, okay? We know small forwards versus versus Orlando Magic, okay? They give up the points, they give up the threes, second and first, and the fancy points, okay? They're giving up the 6 most fancy points. However, um, checking out these lineups, all right, it's going to be interesting to see if what's the kid's name? Gary Trent Jr. plays, all right, because they ran out of star lineup. It's their starting lineup they ran out last game. They ran out Portal, Chua, Siakam at the 3, and Van Barnes at the 2, and Van Vliet at the 1. All right, they rolled out a big lineup last game, so you got to keep an eye on the injury news and the injury news and the starting lineup. So because we know we got numbers that support other different things. Pascal Siakam, he's had great games against this team. Paulo has good games. Off first glance, I was leaning towards Orlando, but I don't know. I'm starting to have mixed feelings here. All right, I'm undecided. I'm undecided here. I'm really undecided. But some plays. Going over to the combo section here. Um, Pascal Siakam, man, his rebounds and assists, 11 and a half. That's too low. Even if you don't get that, that's too low. FanDuel, later on you can alter it down or whatever case may be. Take it down to a 9.5 or 10.5 if you want, but that's pretty low for his standards. I mean, he's hitting that or either flirting with it almost every game. He's got 10, 17, 11, 10, 15. So it's pretty low. It's pretty low. Tell you the truth, it's pretty low. All right. Um, Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes' numbers just dropped here on FanDuel, but it was out on DraftKings either way it go. But Scotty Barnes, his rebounds and assist prop is, it's pretty sexy. All right. He's hit this number 2 of his last 3 games. So, like I said, in 3 of his last 5, it's pretty sexy. I don't know if I'll go there, but that's pretty sexy. If we get Gary Trent Jr. out, hey, Fred VanVleet, that 21 and a half, too low. Too low. He took 26 shots last game versus Detroit. Yeah, too low. That's too low. I know he hasn't hit it in quite some time, but if he's got to shoot the ball. All right, and then his three ball will be in play too. Okay, right along with his assists. But if Gary Trent Jr. is out, that's too low. Okay, that's too low. All right, 3 and a half threes for minus 111, and then the assist prop sitting at 6.5. So yeah, even Pascal Siakam, if Gary Trent is out, that's I mean I ain't gonna say it's too low, but his point prop is in play. All right, he's hit this number one, two of his last 3 games. And we know he can hit this number frequently. He got a 30. I think he got a couple 30-point games versus this team. All right. Not too much looking on the Lando side right now, but Paulo couldn't talk off his numbers. Uh yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. Talking about the Toronto players. Those guys just caught my eye. All right. Sacramento Kings at Phoenix Suns, 233.5 over under. Interesting game here, okay? I like the bigs in this game. Both of these guys, they've had good games against each other. You have to watch out for the foul trouble. Okay, both of these guys are going to be aggressive. Um, Sabonis has had great success versus Aiton. Okay, in all facets. I mean, the PRAs. His PRA has been looking pretty good. His last three games versus Aiton, he had 6 assists. Last 10, 6, 6, 10 rebounds. Every game he's played, he had double digit rebounds except for two. And yeah, so he's had a double double every game except for two that he's faced Aiden in his career. All right. So he's got some really, really good numbers. You can look at him for points and assists or rebounds and assists. Probably look at him for points and rebounds. It is what it is. But on the other side, Aiden has been looking pretty good versus him. Excuse me, versus him as well. He's got double digit rebounds versus him in every game except for two, and double doubles in every game except for three. Okay, he did foul out versus him one time. That was on last year at the end of the season. This will be the second matchup between these two guys here. All right. Aiden's been playing some good basketball lately, man. So I couldn't talk you off his numbers. Neither one of these guys' numbers. They're definitely in play. All right. Devin Booker. I was hoping to get his 3-point prop at 2, but it's sitting at 2.5 right now. He's played 26 minutes in back-to-back games. His he's hit this number one of his two games. He's hit multiple threes in both. All right. So however you want to cut it, if you want to tease it down to 2, be my guess. I think he's going to get there. Player combos. Um, Devin Booker, he's hit this number twice, all right? 8.5. He's hit this number in both games since he's been back, 8.5 rebounds and assists. I haven't been on it, man. It's not a play that I want to give out, but I'm gonna end up playing it, I'm gonna end up playing it and watch he don't get there. But he's hit this number two, both games since he's been back. So it's going to be interesting, man. They don't have a backup point guard, Booker. He can play some, he can be some, point book. You know what I'm saying? So, he'll probably be doing some of that. 26 minutes though, man. He's been very efficient. I mean, I ain't gonna say super duper efficient, but he's been getting his shots up. Okay, his point prop sitting at 25. He's got a really good matchup though, man. Tell you the truth, he's got a good matchup. And then if Kevin Herter, his point prop sitting at 14.5. Phoenix Suns will give up the points to the two guard position, so don't get it twisted. Phoenix giving up the fourth most points to the two guard position. Couple that with the fact that there's no Malik Monk. It is what it is in that situation. If I had to take any points, it probably would on the Sacramento side, probably would be De'Aaron Fox. He's been killing it. Okay, he's hit this number in I think 6 out of his last 7 games, multiple 30-point games. He knows he's going to have to do the. He's got 30-point games in 5 of his last 6 games. It could be 6 out of his last 7, but he had 29 points in that one. His rebounds and assists been looking really, really good, especially for the simple fact that he's had to been out there. This is not a pace-up matchup, even though Sacramento does like to play a little fast. So his assists and rebounds are in play. Uh, I think his assists and rebounds combo is sitting at 11.5. I want to say maybe 10.5. 10.5. He's had he's hit this number 1, 2, 3, 4 out of his last 5 games. So yeah. So yeah, man. Fox points sitting at 28.5. No, 26.5. I probably ain't got no choice but to take that. You know what I'm saying? Tell you the truth. So strong lean to the over 26.5 points for De'Aaron Fox there. All right. Let's keep it moving. Golden State Warriors at Los Angeles Clippers. As you just seen, you know, Steve Kerr. Klay Thompson has a chance to play Tuesday in the second leg of a back-to-back. So, let me refresh this, see if we any more news. So, he probably has a chance. We'll see. We'll see. All right. We will see. So, however, on the flip side, looking at the points prop here, I mean, Kawhi Leonard, 22 and a half points, in this matchup, pace up, I think that's low. I think that's really low. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong, wherever the case may be. I might take a stab at it or bring it down to 20 in the same game parlays or something like that. Try to get me some early plus money. Paul George, that's a nice price tag right there too. Okay. 21 and a half. If I had to pick one, I probably would go to Kawhi Leonard, but it is what it is. Paul George is in a good spot too in this matchup, all right, especially if Clay goes, all right. So those are a few things there. Player combos, man. Got to go back to the player combos. A lot of jump shots, a lot of rebounds to be had here. And looking at the rebounds and assists, Kawhi Leonard, 9.5. His rebounds assist props in at 9.5. Okay, so it's doable for him. He's averaging 10 on the season. So he's flirting around this number a lot. Okay, he's averaging 10 on the season. They got to set at his average. Okay, a lot of jump shots to be made, taken in this one. A lot of rebound and assist opportunities here. So I couldn't talk you off of that. It's just one I was looking at. Small lean to the over here. Um, just gotta wait for the numbers to come out on the Golden State side. Gotta wait for the numbers to come out on the Golden State side. I went to the double double for Kevon Looney last game. So, you know, if you want to go there, be my guest. What I will say is you gotta be a little bit careful. We're gonna see how they're gonna incorporate Miles Plumlee in this offense and this defense and this lineup. We do have the rebound props out for Ivica Zubac sitting at 9.5. Now, like I said, they do have Mason Plumlee over here. Okay, so you gotta figure it out. But that bodes well for Kevon Looney. Okay, so I'll be looking at Kevon Looney rebounds. Okay, he's had double-digit rebounds in 3 of his last 4 games. So that's a play that I'm gonna go to. All right, I'm gonna go to that. I'm going to that for sure. That's probably my one of my favorite plays. All right. Paul George couldn't talk you off his 3 ball either. All right, that's definitely in play. Versus this team in this matchup, 2.5 threes, -130. Couldn't talk off of that. All right. Last but not least, speaking of 3 ball, the Portland Trailblazers. These, you know what they're gonna do? They come to shoot that three. They come to shoot it early. They come to shoot it often. Damian Lillard, you can take a look at Damian Lillard's game log. He's been on fire. 40, 38, 33, 28, 40, 29, 42. Those are his numbers for the month of February. Yeah, so he's averaging what? 35 points in the month of February, man. So that's very, very awesome right there. He's been killing it. All right. 37 minutes. So yeah, averaging 4.3 3 pointers made per game. So, he's been, on one. We do know that this Portland team will give up points to the center position and rebounds. So that's the points. So that's Daniel Gafford. It'd be interesting to see where his points probably coming out. I think he had double-digit points in 4 of his last 5 games. All right. Um, Anthony Simons. I think it's about time for him to pop out. He might end up, you know what I'm saying. This Washington team, they will give up the 3 to 2 guard position. And like I said, even though Damian Lillard is self-explanatory, you do got you do have Anthony Simons waiting in the wings. All right, he does get his fair attempts, fair shots at a 3 ball. 3.5 threes is not a rim possibilities for him. 1.5 not a rim possibility for Kristaps Porzingis. If you want to jump on that, I suggest you jump on that right away. For because right now it's getting to be a parlay piece, but it is what it is. So yeah, man, the 3 ball is what I'm gonna be looking at here. Couldn't talk you off the rebound prop for Eubanks or the point prop for uh, um, Gafford there. I probably won't be playing this point prop, but it is what it is. Eubanks hit this number last 2 games. Washington Wizards, they'll give up points to the point to the center as well. So Eubanks, he will go out there and get you some good putbacks, but him and Gafford are very, very low usage players there. You know what I'm saying? So to the center position, Portland, Washington give up the points too. Okay. Before I make a move on guys like Beal and Kristaps Porzingis, I want to see if Kuzma is in. With that being said, guys, peace out, man. It's a wrap. Good luck today. Happy Valentine's Day.